Hello, my name is Krissy Bowden, and I'm a star director from North Ridgeville, Ohio. For those of you that don't know where that is, let's just say Cleveland, Ohio. I am a mother of four little girls, ages 11, 9, 7, and 3. I am a paramedic wife, and I'm also a full-time first grade teacher. To say that I'm busy is an understatement. The topic that I'm going to present to you is look out to see the big picture. I'm confident and excited. So when I said that I was busy, not only am I a full-time teacher, a star director, mother, and a wife, but I'm also that type of person that loves to be involved. So I am on the PTO and I hold a small position there. I'm also on our travel soccer board where I am their webmaster. And pretty soon I'm going to actually be doing a little bit with 5th and 6th grade cheerleading. So I'm involved, but then my daughters are also involved in competitive cheerleading and travel soccer. We have our plates very, very full. But I joined Sensi back in August of 2014, and I became a star director in August of 2020. So I might be busy, but I'm here to say that if I can do it, so can you. So as a first grade teacher, I'd like to start off with a little bit of story time. So during the month of January, our first grade students, actually I believe it's our whole entire district, were focused on the word perseverance. And it's really hard to try and get that to, resonate with first grade students. But there's a story that I was reading to my students, and it is called The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires. So this story, it's absolutely adorable. You have this little girl and her best friend who happens to be a dog, and she has in her mind the most magnificent thing, okay? She has this dream of something that she wants to build. So it starts the story with her building, gluing, cutting, the dog undoing all the things that she's creating. And she just keeps going and going and going. She keeps pushing through. She actually gets so frustrated that she gives up. She gets really mad and she decides to go for a walk with her dog. So as she's walking and walking, she starts thinking again and again on what to do to make that most magnificent thing that's in her head come to life in real time. And so as she's walking, she calms down and she's ready to start again. And what she does is she starts building and building. And as she's building, she's throwing things aside that she no longer needs and that she realizes that it's not right for her most magnificent thing. And what she doesn't see as she's throwing things aside is that the neighbors in the community, they're coming over and they're picking it up and they're saying things like, wow, this thing can help me with this problem in my home. And this thing can help me with this problem. And she just keeps tinkering along until she builds in her eyes for her and her best friend, her dog, the most magnificent thing. Now others look and they don't understand the thing that she has made, but to her, it's the best thing in the world. But what she didn't notice is that along the way, as she pushed through those obstacles, the people around her were actually able to pick up some of the pieces that she no longer needed. And they were able to make their own amazing things to solve their problems. My first grade students love that story. Little did we know the same day that I read that story, we would have a power outage in our building and have to pick up 600 students, first and second grade, and ship them over to an entirely different building in our district and spend the afternoon in this huge cafeteria. We pushed through and we were able to use that day to actually teach our students what it meant to persevere. I guarantee that they are going to carry that with them for the rest of their lives. So why am I telling you this story? Well, with the topic, look out to see the big picture. I'm confident and excited. What does this mean to you? To me, it means goal setting, being prepared, knowing what you want for your business. Of course, it's going to look different for you than it will for someone else. Now, when I think of that little girl in the story, she had that dream in her mind and she had to get it out somehow, right? It didn't look like she wanted at first, but she kept trying and she kept trying and she never really gave up. But along the way, she actually created beautiful things for other people without even realizing. I feel that we do that in our businesses as well. And of course, it's easier said than done to set a goal and then to just jump for it. But as a teacher, as a mother running a business, it can happen, but you need to be organized. Now, I'll be honest and tell you that my organization looks completely different than other leaders. My organization works for me. So as I go on and talk about this, I want you to hold on to some little nuggets, right? Some little bits of information, and I'm hoping that they can help you in your business. You're going to listen to a lot of things today, and you may not hold on to every single piece, but my goal is that something that I say will be beneficial and that you will take it with you. So when I began this business, I began just like you, an essential consultant with zero PRV. It was actually the summertime, and as a teacher, I decided, hey, what else can I do for my family? How can I help provide more for my family? And, I decided, let's try Scentsy. I had two little girls at the time, and I was really looking for more connection with adults because it was summer and I was home with toddlers. So little did I know that that business would grow and turn into something that I truly did not expect it turning into. I quickly realized that this business could help our family get out of debt. And this business actually grew so much that we were able to add two more children to our family and then buy the home that we had dreamed of that was bigger because we had outgrown the one that we were living in. Without Scentsy, that would not have been possible. If I was not consistent and if I was not setting my goals and building my team, I wouldn't have been able to reach those goals. So I want everyone listening to this video to please take a moment and think of one goal for your business. And when you think of a Scentsy goal, truly the sky is the limit. For some of you, it could mean adding one recruit. It could mean consistent PRV and active every month. Whatever it is, I want you to think of what that goal is. Better yet, write it down. I personally feel that speaking it into existence is very important. Writing it down, maybe even creating a dream board. For me, a dream board can look like, this is what my goal is, but then maybe there's other really big things that you want to stick on there, like vacations that you want to take, or, places that you want to go with your family, or that one piece of furniture that you want to buy for your home. Or it could be as simple as paying off a credit card debt. I want you to think about that. And I can say that my goal, and if you need to pause the video to write this down and jot down some of your goals or that one big goal, please do that right now. I can say that for me, I have a big goal with Scentsy, and that is to be a superstar director. It is a goal that I have had for years, and it is a goal that I want to reach one day. But I can't do that if I don't develop a plan. Now, I feel that to develop a plan, you really need to look into developing an action plan. Now, I could tell you all the steps to create your own action plan, but that's actually another training with Scentsy that I highly recommend that you look into in the training center. Developing your action plan will help guide you in this business. But right now, you think about that goal. For me, I said becoming a superstar director. Now, you have to think about, what do you need to be a superstar director? Well, you need to have 4 directors in your front line. Okay, well, how many do you currently have in your front line? And that distance in between those 2 points, that's going to be the gap. So what is the gap between what do you currently have and what do you need to reach your goal? And now you have to start thinking of little steps, action steps that you can do to actually fill in that gap. You need to think about things that you can personally do, not that you need to rely on somebody else's outcome to produce, because you can't rely on someone else for you to reach your goal. So if you need to actually get more directors, maybe you really need to recruit and build your team and get new recruits. So think about, how many conversations are you going to have daily or weekly in your business for people to join your team? How many hostess kits are you going to offer? How many parties are you going to flip? And you need to think about all those things that you can do to get to that 4 director if you're going for superstar director. But then I want you to not only do that with, how many people do you need on your team, but think about, if it's a PRV goal, how much PRV are you currently averaging? And then how many PRV would you like to get to? What is the gap in between, and what can you do to fill in that gap? The great thing about this is that if you are actively working towards all of these steps to fill in the gap of what your goal is and where you currently are in your business, you're only going to fuel your confidence and your excitement for your business. You are only going to throw yourself further ahead. You're only going to, let's be honest, produce more income for yourself. And who doesn't love what that looks like and what that could do for your family or just for yourself personally? Now, here are some ideas for you. How do we do all of this? How do we look out for that big picture in our business? I'm here to tell you right now, to do any of this, you need to set aside time in every single day. I'm saying every single day. This is my opinion, for your business. Yes, I said every single day, but I did not tell you how much time you need to put into that. So for me personally, every single day looks completely different. But I can tell you that I try to work when my children are not dependent on me 100% of the time, right? So for me, that could be before they wake up in the morning or after they have gone to bed at night. Usually at night. Working at night while they're asleep is when I can focus and I can get a lot of things done. Now, that could mean you take 5 minutes of your day, or 10 minutes, or that power hour, which is so beneficial if you can get that done, where you have a list of income producing activities that you can work on during your Scentsy only time. When I say income producing activities, that means activities that you can do that are actually going to bring money into your business. Making cute samples and in the cute silicone, molds and little stickers to go on each one with the ribbon is fun for some. For me, it stresses me out. But for some people, it's really fun and it's cute. But how much time is that taking for you to produce that sample? Could it go somewhere else? Could it go to join conversations, one-on-one communication with people? Could it go to talking to your customers or friends about booking parties? Or is that something that maybe you could cut out because it is not income producing? Same with handing out a sample and saying, here, try this, and then walking away, not connecting with the person, getting their name, getting their phone number to text them later. That's kind of just giving away a sample but it's not an income producing activity. Scrolling through Facebook, I know we're all guilty of that. Scrolling TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. It can take away so much time in our lives. But if you are allotting time for just Scentsy, then that time is actually should be spent going through everything on your list. So for me, like I said, extremely busy. Sitting down on Sunday evenings with my husband and creating our weekly schedule is something that is so important. What we like to do first is we put in the time frames that are not flexible, right? Like you have your work schedule. Your children might have practices or games, or maybe you have birthday parties or family events that you cannot be flexible with the time. You plug those into each day so that you see where they fall. I like to use Google Calendar. In the past, I've actually just used a personal calendar where I've broken every single day down by 30 minutes and I've color coded it, and that's beautiful. But using Google Calendar is a great way to have it on you at all times, and you're able to pull it up if someone has questions about a date. And when you go through that weekly schedule and you put in your non-flexible times, then you're able to actually look at the time of your day where you're like, hey, I can fit Scentsy in here for 10 minutes, or this is a great time to do my power hour and follow up with customers. That is a great way to be organized in your business. And I highly suggest you doing it, honestly, for your business and for your family. It's a great way to reduce anxiety and to just be prepared for what you need to get done. Also, I am that mom that is known to be sitting at a practice in a lobby somewhere or in my car with my device, and I am working on my business during a soccer practice or a cheer practice. I've been known to take catalogs and flyers and stuff envelopes during practices as well. It's kind of a good idea and a conversation piece for people that don't know your business. They see you working, they start asking questions. I've been able to share my testers during that time, like, oh yeah, this is what I do. And it's been able to open a lot of questions, especially like within the competitive cheer world, travel soccer, honestly, any sports, the more competitive you get, it gets more expensive. So those parents who, for some, are really pinching pennies for their children to be successful in these different sports, they're able to see you doing your side hustle while you're at practice. And then they start to think, maybe I could do this too. And within our cheer gym, I have 2 other moms that are on our team now as well. So it's a great thing for you to do. Of course, why should you do this? Why should you set a goal? Why should you manage your time? Why should you do income producing activities? For me, it's the money. It's the trips. It is the friendships that I make. I know when I started off in this business, my husband was a little skeptical, as I'm sure most husbands and spouses are. And he definitely saw it as kind of time wasting. He didn't really understand. Or when I do a really big fundraiser, he was confused that the money was going away. But then as time went on and the money grew and my team grew, and I took him to Europe for free, something we never dreamed would happen in our life. Let's just say he's really on board and very supportive in my business, and I couldn't do it without him. So doing these things, I've already said I've done it, been able to have my family with 4 little girls. We've been able to get the larger home with more land, and it is now an income that we rely on, that we are conscious of growing, right? We do everything in our Scentsy business because it truly does mean something to our family. Our children know no other thing than Scentsy because they were under 2 and under, the oldest 2. One was 2, one was just a baby when I started this journey. So they only know Scentsy. They love Scentsy. They love the people in Scentsy. They love the products. They help me sell it without even meaning to. So for us, that's why we do it. Now, next steps for you, I want you right now to stop and think about somebody in your business. It could be a consultant that you're friends with. It could be an upline. It could be a downline. It could be a consultant on another team. Or maybe you're not at that point yet where you can truly stop and think of another Scentsy consultant. That is okay. But I am encouraging you to find at least one Scentsy friend. So if you need to pause this video and jot down a couple people, I highly encourage you to do so. And I want you to think of that person, and you're going to call them your accountability partner. I actually have accountability sisters. There's 5 of us. We all started our accountability group in Austin, Texas at Reunion. And we are all Scentsy friends, accountability sisters. We're from the same superstar director, but we are from different branches. One is a downline, but then others were just kind of spaced all over the branch from our Scentsy director. We're from Ohio, Wyoming, Pennsylvania, and Louisiana. And we talk to each other every single day. And we have since we attended Scentsy Family Reunion in Austin, Texas. Why am I telling you to find an accountability partner? Because they can change your business. They truly can. It's somebody that you can lean on, you can bounce ideas off of, you can hold each other accountable. And we do that all the time. We're like, this is what I want to do this month or this day or this week. And I'm speaking it into existence because I want you to know so that you will hold me accountable and that I can grow my business with you alongside me. We also lean on each other for just life, hard times that we're going through, excitement and praises that we want to share with each other. And having that accountability partner has been one of the greatest things in my business. I can truly say that I have grown as a stronger consultant because of it. We're not competitive with each other, but instead we lift each other up. When we're going through hard times, we know how to encourage. When we see somebody slacking, we can let them know in a nice way. But I encourage you to find an accountability partner in your business today. Being prepared will make that so much easier. Setting goals, reaching them will just make you more confident. Having someone alongside of you for all of that will make it absolutely perfect. Thank you so much for listening to my training. I hope that you've been able to take something away from this. Feel free to reach out to me if I can help you in any other way. Have a great day. Bye.